Hey, welcome to another Valley Forged. If you love lasers and everything about them and learning, not just the business side, the making side, everything, you're in the right place. Like, subscribe, all that. And I'm going to be start doing a live probably Friday afternoons, evenings. So if you'd like to see somebody on that show, we'll be answering any questions that you have when it comes to lasers, business projects, you name it. All right, let's get on with it. Today we're talking about making boxes on your laser. Most likely your diode laser. It's just so easy. It works so well. And so we're going to go over the positives and negatives about this and how you're going to do it. There isn't an unlimited amount of boxes you can make using your laser. Here's 140 examples right here that you can get on Etsy. I happen to buy this exact one. I'll put the link in the description. I'm not affiliated, nothing like that. I paid the $5. I guess you can get this 30% discount code. Discode. Did I create a new word? And you know, I think it's highly worth that $5. You are going to have to do a little bit of work with this, and I will show you because it's made for Cricut. And all of the lines you will see are the same when you download it in SVG. So I downloaded it, got all the SVGs, and it does come with JPEGs, which is really nice so that you can see which boxes are which. And there is no reason why you cannot make these exact boxes. It's just a matter of getting the paper and also having a laser bed that's big enough to do them. So the small box is pretty easy to do on, say, your X tool with the 400 by 400 or whichever one you've got. But if you want to do bigger boxes, you're going to need a bigger bed. I happen to have the extension for my LaserMaster 3. And I can do a bit bigger boxes. Now, can you do really big boxes? No, you're going to have a much bigger bed to do that sort of thing. So here we are looking at my extended bed. The next question comes up to paper. And I've got cardstock all the way from 40 to 110 pound. I find, of course, the 110 makes a really nice box, but it's harder to find in larger sizes. So I've got a happy middle ground right now. I've got this 80 pound, and in this, hopefully you can see this right here. I got this from Amazon. I guess I could put the link in the description. As far cut cardstock, 18 by 12, 80 pound. And that seems to work really well, but that's white. So what's really nice about, I have a lot of 12 by 12 that you can get at the craft store, and you can get, you know, any color you want, and you can mix and match those colors, and you can make beautiful boxes. But the thickness, it's about like what you see here on the on the Etsy site. It's a little flimsy, but beautiful. Whereas when you get up to 80 and then the 110, you can make boxes that really look like proper boxes that you bought at the store. And obviously do the cost analysis here. Now, with these, you're going to be able to make boxes that are so much more interesting and cool and different. But if you're just going to make regular boxes, see if it's cost effective for you. It might be cheaper just to buy the boxes. And they come, you know, the boxes are probably going to come with that little foam or whatever that goes inside the box, and you're going to be done there. And then you can engrave on top of that. I think I mentioned that later. So here's the box that we're making right now. So it has a couple little hearts on the side. I think it's a nice box, and I'm just going to make it basically. I'm not going to decorate it all up. I just wanted you to see that it is possible and that it can be done very, very quickly. I literally this morning woke up, put this thing into Lightburn. I changed the line so that's red on the outside. So the first thing I did, make sure everything is selected, and then size it to whatever size you want. So I've got 8.7 inches wide by 16 inches long. I know that my paper will fit that. I know that my bed size will fit that. So go to whatever you have. And actually, let's back up for a second. What I did very first thing is I took the paper that I was going to use and I ran some test cuts everywhere from 1000 at 100 speed to 4000 at 100 speed, because I wanted something that I was going to cut, and then I wanted something that was just barely going to perforate or just cut a little bit into it so that I could easily bend it. And this worked great. Right around 3000 at 100 power, it just cut into it a little bit, and then at 1000 at 100 speed, it cut it out perfectly. So what I did is I made the outside lines. I ungrouped everything. Once I got it to the size that I wanted it, I ungrouped everything, and then I highlighted the outside only and turned it to the red color, which is going to be my cut lines. I turned everything else on the inside into my perforation lines, which was 3000 at 100 speed. And as you'll see, you know, as this is going right now, you will see I made a mistake. I forgot to do the hearts as a cutout as well. So all I did was highlight the hearts. I put them at a different red and then just ran them completely separately. I just turned the output off for the first two and then just ran that, and it worked perfectly. So no problems there. And then I got a nice little box. It's pretty intuitive how you would put this together. It's kind of a little origami style here on the bottom. It's great. It was very, very, very easy to do. It made a nice size box, I think. And I will certainly use these boxes for gifts and things in the future. Really, really happy with it. And as you can see it finished here, it gives you an excuse to use stick glue. You know, always in my projects, they just need a stick that's above and beyond Elmer stick glue. But with these paper boxes, it literally is, it brings me back to being a kid again. I get to use the stick glue and it's a lot of fun. And it works really, really well. So that's kind of it. You know, you cut them out and you put it together. It goes snippity snap like faster than you can imagine. What a great use for a diode laser. And then let's go outside and I will show you kind of the boxes that I have made here in the past couple of weeks and how easy it is. And then you can go and do this yourself. All right, we're back outside on my patio. I wanted to just kind of show you the boxes that we made. That I made. They're pretty simple. I mean, this is of just regular cardstock that you would get at, say, Michael's or something. I'll put the poundage up here, but you know, it's a little bit flimsy. But if you just want to make a box in a pinch, it will certainly do it. You can make nice little boxes. You can put some of that, some of this stuff in it, and you know, it'll look pretty professional. The thing that you can do that you can't do, you know, with buying a box is make it your own, right? So you can get, as I showed earlier, you can get the package with all the different boxes in it, and you can customize it. Well, you know, this little like taco box or something, I don't know, it's pretty neat. And it's just not something you're normally going to buy. And even the box that I just showed you how to make, that's not something you're probably going to get very cheap. Now, this is 80 pound. Now, I've had trouble finding the thicker stuff. Now, this is what you would buy. And frankly, if you're only going to make use a certain size box so that you're doing this for your shipping, they're not very expensive. And it might be cheaper just to buy them. Here was a test, but I ended up doing this for in engraving. This is Happy Birthday in Chinese. For a birthday for somebody, so you can engrave a box that you already bought. But as far as buying a box like this, they're probably going to charge you a good penny for it. And I made it in, a couple of minutes. I used 80 pound paper that I found on Amazon. I will link it in the description. And I think this is a better way to go. It feels pretty solid. I didn't try to make this really, really nice. You know, I just glued it together just to see that I could. this is about the biggest box you're going to get out of a 12 by 18, maybe a little bit bigger. So that's the thing. You only have so much bed size and the paper size, and you have to work within those constraints. So if you've got a bigger laser, obviously you can make bigger boxes. You could probably even pick up some cardboard and make really large boxes if you've got a larger laser. I guess this is a huge benefit about having the extension, as I can make them bigger. But I am super happy with the way the boxes turned out, even though I was using the lesser cardstock here. It's nice because you can get all the different colors, and they look fine, and they're very much, you can just design them in the way you want. I could have put hearts on top of this. I could have engraved it. I can do different layers. There's so many different ways that you can go about it and be very creative with boxes. And as you saw, they're just so fast. And it doesn't cost you a ton of money to experiment. So something I highly recommend with doing with your diode laser is making boxes. Once you get the settings right, you know, for doing your, for making your marks, and then for cutting, it's just so fast and so easy. Obviously, you're going to want to have a level bed. That's pretty important. But other than that, and no air. Obviously, you're not using any air with these. So, yeah, if you're making small items and you want something just a little bit different than everybody else has got, make your own boxes. And I'm going to use them for the wallets that I sell because, you know, perfect for doing that. And then I can customize them. So link in the description, you can check out what I'm doing. In fact, that's going to be my next video, will be how I make the Italian leather wallets that I'm selling, and so that you can do it as well. I don't mind the competition, and I think that it's a really, really amazing project to do on diode lasers. Probably the best. All right, I'll see you in the next one.